Well, good morning, everybody. This is Pastor Jay, and I am coming to you from the vicarage. And you'll hear the coffee brewing in the back. You know it's early morning, and I am doing this in the morning because this seems to be the new way our schedule is going to work. I've missed the last 2 days because we've been making some adjustments here at the vicarage with everybody moving in, everybody coming back, and so we're going to have to do things a little bit differently, but here we are. So you just continue to listen to the coffee brewing in the background, and we're going to jump into our Digging Deeper devotional for this morning. I'm not going to try and make up the last 2 days. I'm just going to extend this part of the series into next week because I want to take some time with what we've been studying. And we've been studying the end of Acts chapter 8. Philip the deacon, Philip the evangelist, eventually Philip the prophet, answering the call of God on his life and having to move from step to step to step. And just like Philip had to answer the call and had to be willing to let go of his past and moving to his future, step off of the step he was on and step into the next step, we have to be willing to do the same. And that is all. It's not us that gets to decide when we move steps. It's God that tells us when to change what step we're on. That's the call of God and answering the call. And we've received 2 words recently that tell us that we're about to move into the next step. Those words are this: be still. I am doing a new thing, a new move. I am bringing a new name to you and to your town, and a new reputation. I am bestowing a new level of influence on you within the state. And the second prophecy says this: brace the walls, brace the walls, brace the walls. The storm is here, the storm is here, the storm is here. The tempest is coming, the tempest is coming, the tempest is coming. This will bring an awakening that will restore 2 generations which have been lost. Okay, so we're talking about these 2 words and we're kind of unpacking them and how they speak to us about the call of God on our lives as a congregation. So we began by talking about God giving us being still and God giving us a new name. Today I want to talk about God giving us a new reputation. Proverbs 22 verse 1 says this: a good name or a good reputation. It's interesting that those 2 words seem to interchange in the Bible. A good name or a good reputation is more desirable than great riches. To be esteemed is better than silver or gold. Now, the person who saw this particular word for our congregation, it was said that God was going to give us a new name and a new reputation, saw the Toy Town horse specifically and said that our town had once been defined by that horse, but God was about to give us a new reputation. So I want to ask this question of us as a church and even of us as a town. What is God really calling us to become? We were known as Toy Town because we were the largest toy manufacturer in the world at the particular time when we took on the name Toy Town. We would make wooden soldiers, we would make tin soldiers, we had a factory that made more rocking horses than anywhere else in the world, and it was a good reputation to have. So now we need to ask, what good is God calling us to as a church, and what good is God calling us to as a town? Well, as a church, we already have this fairly well defined. While doing life together, we will reach the lost. Let's just stop right there. Our call is to become known as the church that does life together with each other and with our town. While doing life together, we will reach the lost. How are we going to reach people who are wandering in darkness? People who are stuck in hard places and can't get out? By doing life with them. This is a convicting word for me because, and I think it's a convicting word for many of us, because it's very easy for us to just brush over that idea of doing life together and building deeper relationships with each other. This doesn't mean becoming codependent, because that would be the negative side of doing life together. But this means about actually entering into healthy relationships, also recognizing that if we're going to truly do life together with anybody, we can't try and do life together with everybody. We have to find out who is it that God is calling us to, right? We have to figure out who is God putting with us and who is God not putting with us. And sometimes that requires an exploration. But what I know is that we never find that out without joining into that exploration. So I want to encourage you, God is giving us as a church a new reputation. That's going to require us to take some risk and to begin exploring what it means to enter into doing life together, becoming truly authentic, transparent, and vulnerable with people, and finding out who it is we're supposed to be authentic, transparent, and vulnerable with, and who maybe is not part of that circle. Not that we want to be exclusionary, but we have to recognize we are limited beings. And so in that, we work with those God has called us to, God has sent us to, and we build up those relationships deeper and deeper and deeper. How do we find that out? Well, by giving it a try, and by not allowing ourselves to feel guilty when people, by their own choice, step out of our circle, by their own life choices, step out of our circle and go their own way. Not that we don't want to be loving towards them still, but that we recognize that what we're doing for ministry is not going to be everybody's cup of tea. And so that's okay. But we're looking for the people who are attracted to what it is we're doing. And we're going to work deeper and deeper and deeper with those folks. How's that going to change the reputation of the town? Well, I hope it makes us into a place that's known for its friendliness, a place that's known for its caring, and a place that's known for its love. As a town, we're going to have to redefine ourselves in the days ahead for what we are becoming. And not everybody is going to look at it and say, well, God's calling us to this. They're going to look at it in different ways. But in what ways is God working providentially behind the scenes to change our town and to bring us to a new place? Those are questions we'll discuss more in the future, probably here and on Notes in the Vicarage. But for now, let's just go back to our verse and finish with this. A good name is more desirable than great riches. To be esteemed is better than silver or gold. What I can say about this time that we're in is God is giving us a new name and new riches. And that's a good thing. A new name and a new reputation. And that will lead us to the riches that are in God, that God has for us. Well, I hope this has been helpful, and I hope that you are ready for the journey that's ahead. Until we meet again, God bless you and be at peace.